Hi everybody, my name is Nix Marikuma. I am the owner of Marikuma Healing, and tonight we are talking about part 2 of Aries 2025 year reading. All right, so since it's a general for the Aries of 2025, hopefully it resonates with some of you guys or most, and if it doesn't, that's okay. Maybe this one may not be for you. So, on part 1, we tackled what 2024 was meant for you guys to learn, and we tackled your job, finance, love, family, friends, and spiritual outlook for this year, right? What it's bringing, what it means, and all that good stuff. So, for part 2, we are going to tackle January through March, April, May, and June, right? What they mean, July through September, and October through December. So each month is separated into 3 months, right? Like each year. I'm sorry, the whole year is separated into 3 months each, okay? And we're tackling January right now. Then we'll tackle the second, and then the third, and then the fourth half, all right? All right. So you guys are represented for January, February, March. The theme of this month, as well as for the next two, will be organization, cleverness, and intelligence, okay? Now, being organized will help you guys a lot. I know that I mentioned that kind of like in the first half of this reading for part 1, how to go about that and kind of use it, because you have so much that you're carrying, Aries, that a little organization would help you feel less stressed and bombarded, okay? You may be smiling on the outside, but you're completely stressed on the end. And that's just, we can't be doing that to ourselves. You know what I mean? No. We are not going to bless this mess. We are going to be less stressed. And if less stress means telling people to politely buzz off, then there we shall have to do it, Sometimes, like, here's the thing, you do have to help people, I'm sure, with whatever job or whatever that you're doing, but sometimes people take advantage of it. Okay, people take advantage of your kindness, and when you're being sweet, okay, guess let's just apply. Anyways, when you're being sweet and kind, sometimes people take it as weakness, and you've learned to not do that, you know what I mean? Just to kind of be your own person, do your own things, rely on yourself. Sorry, guys, I know that I'm kind of distracted. Hold on. There, some rosemary. It's really good for clarity and peace, and I like the sweet smell. Not that you guys need it for your reading, y'all are fine. It's just that you guys feel a little bit cathartic right now. And when you're not organized, you end up feeling a little bit of a mess, okay? So you have to find your own rhythm and beat to where you can go over there, work where you like to work, do what you like to do, not be overwhelmed and stressed, and just go on as it is, okay? So with intelligence, let's tackle that. You guys know organizations, just finding a way to be neat and also get yourself steady, all right? So for intelligence, it can be mental intelligence, emotional intelligence, physical intelligence, or spiritual. When you have mental intelligence, we'll wrap it up with the cleverness, right? Being clever is a form of mental intelligence, in my opinion, all right? I could be wrong, but how I look at it is being clever is being smart, and being smart is being creative. You have to be able to look at a problem and see infinite solutions. And you have to look at a solution and see infinite problems that can be solved with it, okay? Just because we have this one problem doesn't mean that you can't solve it. You just have to think outside the box and look at it in different angles. Sometimes to solve a puzzle, you have to look at it in different ways. And when you look at it in different ways, you're able to understand it a little bit more. You know what I mean? So that's a form of mental intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence. People who have emotional intelligence are blessed with the ability to be compassionate and kind and empathetic. So that means that they're kind and loving and understanding. Sorry, guys. Yeah, but that's how I'm getting my phone up. I have a basket and a tub, so I know a thing or two about being creative. Let's see, does that work? That does. Heaven to Betsy's. Okay, sorry guys. It holds the phone, just not the way that I like. But, like I said before, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta make do with what you got. And sometimes what we have is not perfect, but it gets the job done. You know what I mean? So, can't complain. Anyways, emotional intelligence, right? That's what we were on. So, emotional intelligence is understanding and compassion to yourself, how you feel, and how other people feel. An emotionally intelligent person understands that if someone is scared of something, that they may act a certain way because they're uneasy. And because they're uneasy, they're not going to be thinking straight. Sometimes under pressure, we overthink or underthink or just kind of get into our heads and psych ourselves out, right? Emotionally intelligent person will know, like, oh, this person needs to be comforted. That's okay. Or this person looks like they need a hug. Or maybe they need somebody to talk to, you know, or they understand the reason why you feel this is how you're going to be doing that. Your actions tie into sometimes how you feel. Now, body mechanics or physical mechanics, I guess. No, it's body intelligence. I'm sorry, it's physical intelligence, it's body mechanics. Heavens to Betsy's, man. Heavens to Betsy's. Body mechanic is using your body to do things without straining it. A lot of you guys know by now, I was a nurse, okay? I did home health for 13 years. It was a really cool job. I enjoyed it. I know, 13 years? Wow. I must be a pro at this, at that much time, right? The nurse supreme. I know, silliness aside though. It helped me understand how to use my body to lift people because I have to do PT and OT. Sometimes they have their physical therapist or occupational therapist, so OT and PT, right? To do exercise with them, and then you're supposed to do the exercises when they're not around. So we have to walk, we have to take steps, we have to lift ourselves up and sit ourselves down. Sometimes people need help for them to get up. And as you guys can see, I'm a very scrawny chick, all right? So I'm on the skinny side. I hope scrawny is not a bad word to say. I'm a little bit out of loops with what's like proper and what's not proper to say. Now, I got most of them, but I don't know all. So forgive me if I say something that's offensive. I don't mean to offend anybody. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm like on a good day 130, right? On a bad day, like 110. Needless to say, I have to lift people up who are 200, 300, or 400 pounds. And I kid you not. We have to be able to, like, I have to support them. They have to be able to lean on me. And we can't buckle down. So body mechanics helps me, like, okay, if I put enough of my strength here, then I can be able to support them this way without hurting them or hurting me. Because I dealt with more of like older people, and some people's skin are really sensitive. Like I know, like for me, I get bruises sometimes and y'all can see it on me, but like if I grab them too hard, I may end up scratching them, and I don't want to hurt anybody by trying to help. You know what I mean? So you have to be pretty wise about how you use your strength, where to put it, and how to kind of balance their weight with yours, okay? And use it to your advantage where you're not hurting anybody. Now, spiritual intelligence is this. If we are, I know you guys are going to be tired of me talking about peasants, but I will never give up talking smack about them. So if y'all don't like it, then maybe try to fast forward this little part, okay? Peasants, all right? Spiritual intelligence tells us that we should not go over there and try to, get all that nastiness, like trying to go over there and try to be like, oh, well, they had a bad day, or they are just negative people and we should try to help them, because if we show love and compassion, right, then they can't be negative and evil. Some people like to be negative. Some people like to complain all the time, every day, nonstop, continual, always something wrong. Something has to be wrong because, girl, they can never be happy. Okay? And that is a really annoying thing. So, trying to kill ourselves to please these unpleasable people is draining our energy, which is not good for our spirit or our soul. So, spiritual intelligence will tell you that you should hang out with people that make you feel recharged, that support you, that love you, that generally build you up, that you know with a shadow of a doubt they really do care. Okay. And even though you guys have your little arguments and y'all may, bicker and bicker, y'all be fine. Y'all kiss and make up, give a good hug, a pat on the back, and have at it. Like, carry on, bro. Because not everybody gonna be happy all day long. But being constantly negative and dowdy and just a drag all day long, nobody got time to deal with that. Change, heal, evolve, and adapt. If you're not gonna do that, then don't come to me. Because as an empath, as well as like a person who has spiritual gifts and things, I can't go over there and put myself in that type of situation, bro. I can't. Because that's just going to drain me, get me physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually sick. That's not my to-do list. Okay, that is not on my to-do list for 2025. It's to rise and shine, slay the day, be happy, and be gay, man. And y'all can take that last bit as you want it. Gay also means happy. So we can go either or. Now, that being said, yeah, I guess that explains all of them. Okay, so I pulled out your card as to why you're having this for the past, like for the first 3 months, why organization, intelligence, and cleverness is your main theme for those months, right? Is due to hard work and reliability. Now, the solution is family, contentment, and joy, all right? We're going to pull out the third card, the outcome, and get into that a little bit more. Today's been a productive day, man. Oh, yay! Let's go, Aries. Teamwork is your outcome. All right, the reason why I'm really happy about this, right, is because teamwork is also the biggest theme for 2025 for you guys. Your whole thing that 2025 is going to try to teach you is teamwork. So clearly you guys are working hard to focus on what works for you, what's something that you can depend on, and what's reliable, and what's not. If it's not reliable, if you don't have to deal with it, then you are clearly taking it away and throwing it far away. You're not touching it. It lost your contact. The subscription is non-refundable, you know what I mean? Like, you can't go over there and resubscribe to this because this isn't for you. If it makes me feel small for another to feel tall, if I have to get drained and stressed out for somebody else, bro, and it's not even worth it, I ain't about to put myself in all that shirts, man. I ain't about to do that. Y'all got me twisted. Girl, please. Anyways, you guys are going to be working hard on organizing yourself, getting yourself steady, using your intelligence. You guys are very smart. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. Aries are intelligent. All zodiac signs are intelligent. But you guys are smart. Okay? You know what's up. You know how to play dumb to see if somebody else is going to be like, oh, I guess they didn't notice. Aries notice everything, bro. They know everything. And if y'all don't know, y'all sense something is up. They're like, I've been with you for a while. I know and I've studied your personality. And something is not right. You know what I mean? Like, no, we're not doing that. So for family, contentment, and joy, I want to say that here's the thing. When it comes to teamwork, you can ask your family to help you out. You can ask your friends to lighten up some loads on a project or whatever. If you're at work and you need teamwork, right? Get the people who are hard workers. Don't get no gosh darn F team. Flip this, freak that, all of it, right? I don't have any time for this thing. Girl, if you're not gonna work, why are you here? Some people want a job, but they don't want to work. They want to just get paid for just being there, right? That's not how the real world works, bro. If you want something, you got to put some elbow grease into it. You got to buckle down, get tough, and keep on working. Now, if the work doesn't make sense, right? You're putting all your energy into it. You're stuck doing all the work and it's not working for you. Go get another job. Go to a place that respects you guys, that pays you enough money, that doesn't leave you in stress. Because I'm not going to go over there and support stress for this year, man. Last year was stressful. The year before that was hell. But we're not putting that in there, man. We're not doing it. So with family, contentment, and joy, maybe family can help you out. And having places that make you feel happy and give you peace of mind. Contentment is peace of mind, man. It's when you're feeling like, and then everything is good, everybody's okay, I am fine, all is right in the world. I know I sound like a piece of garbage, but I don't sound like a piece of garbage. It sounds silly when I say that, like all right with the world and that kumbaya and the heavenly lights and all that, you know. Right. That's what we need, is some good old You don't know. Maybe they'll make you guys feel better. But like, whatever doesn't make sense, don't stay there. Okay? You may be in a shift. You may be getting out with the old and in with the new. And if y'all are praying for a new job and praying for a new relationship and praying for a better life, understand that there's some things that y'all going to have to take care of and let go. We cannot have new things in our temple, right? Our body and our soul, until we get rid of old things that don't need to be in there anymore. You're going to be holding on to the past and trying to put new things in there, and it's not going to work for you. You're going to have to let go or repeat. And the last thing y'all need is to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Girl, let's not do that to ourselves, baby. So, teamwork, right? Make sure that if you can't, like if it's too much, Aries, again, if it is too much, it is overwhelming, please ask for help. Get a team. Teamwork, baby, makes the dream work. It does, honey. It really, truly does. You can overcome a lot of things if you got the right people working with you and lifting you up and reaching the same goal and mindset, right? Now, that being said, I'm going to put that on the side. We are going to tackle April, May, and June. So April, May, and June is empathy and turning inward. For y'all who do not know what empathy is, empathy, empathy is the ability to shut off. All right? When we're feeling hollow, empty, nothingness, numb on the inside, we have no emotions, we have no physical feeling, we are just very, dead inside, if you will. You're having empathy. Empathy is a way for your body to protect you when you're overwhelmed and anxious, when you're overstressed and you can't think and you just shut down. Think of it like shutting down a computer or your phone, right? You restart your phone or you shut down your phone and then turn it back on when you're ready for it, right? Your body shuts you down, and when you think that you're ready, then it will come back on. But when you're struggling with empathy, because I've struggled it for like 15 or so years, and for the longest time, I didn't know that it was empathy. I just thought that I was a crazy person because I feel things so strongly, and then I have this ability to shut it all off, right? And then I can turn it back on and then shut it off again. And I'm like, what if the switch doesn't turn back on? Like, what if I shut down and I'm never able to feel again? Like, what am I going to do? Who am I going to go to? Who are we going to call? Ghostbusters can't solve this. You know, they're not equipped for this type of emotional damage, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. And I didn't feel comfortable talking to people about my feelings back in the day, okay? I said what I said and I meant it, man. I was not, as like, I feel so weird because like I was not in touch with my more softer, sensitive side. I was in touch with more of like, if it hurts, you get over yourself, you suck it up, buttercup. Crying about it isn't gonna help. People aren't gonna hold your hands. Look at you, all weak and pathetic. Psst. What are you crying for? There's other things to cry about. There's other things to be stressed about. Get over yourself, right? That's how I talked to myself back in the day. Can you imagine having to hear that all day long? Bro, you can imagine my mental state and my emotional state at that time. It was horrible. Okay, when I got 26, as you guys know, I'm 29, looking fine, right? Anyways, at 26, I understood that I need help, okay? So I went with my mom, I went to the doctor. I promise you, this has something to do with your thing. I know it's story time, but the story has a meaning, I promise, all right? Long story short, I went with my mom. My mom talked me into going to a doctor, talked to the doctor, said, bro, I'm just tired. You know what I mean? Like I'm constantly just, I'm done. Okay, I have nothing to give. I don't feel anything. I'm having my glaucoma and it's kicking my butt, and I don't know how long it's gonna last, and I don't know when I'm gonna be completely blind, and I can't do it anymore. I'm not thinking about hurting myself. I'm not going that far, but I mean, the thought has crossed my mind, because like I said, I'm tired. I feel like sometimes when it gets really bad, people are better off without me. Like what am I here for? You know what I mean? Like I'm tired of myself. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of being in this skin. I just want to break. They're like, okay, well, seems like you have anxiety and depression. All right. And when we feel overwhelmed, we have this. And they gave me like, the doctor talk. And they're like, we're not going to send you away, man. Okay. It just seems like because you have this situation going on, it affects your mental and emotional. And because, you're going through this, that, and the third. I didn't really learn about empathy. Really, I learned about empathy until I met like a lady and we started talking. It's not what you think, guys. I was getting a ride and she was one of my Uber drivers, bless her heart. And she was, I was talking to her because I was like, you know what, I just need a vent. She's like, go ahead, honey, vent away. And I'm like, I just did it. Girl, it sounds like you got empathy. And I was like, what's empathy? Empathy is the ability to shut down your emotions when you're feeling overwhelmed. And I was like, this emotion has a name. So when I talked to my mom about it, right, when I finally, because I hid for it a long time on my family, bro. I made it look like I let go of whatever I was dealing with when I was younger and that I was doing great now, right? We all know how that is. And my mom was like, yeah, I looked it up, honey, and it's okay. We just need, like, sometimes you may need to take medicine, right? Try meditation, try walking outside. So with antidepressants and meditating and being more spiritual, right? I feel like I've healed myself a lot through, like, I would say through magic and witchcraft and being spiritual and praying to the universe and all that in my own way, right? I have healed myself from things I didn't think I could heal from. But allowing myself to express myself and making these videos and things and doing these readings right with y'all has also helped me with my mental and emotional state of being, because I'm talking to people who may or may not have the same thing. And now when you feel like you have people who understand what you're coming from, right? You don't feel so alone. People don't understand having a mental and emotional disability and a physical disability makes you feel like you're the only one, like you are somebody who is not like everybody else. And people can see that. And they just know you don't belong. Now, is that true? No, everybody belongs, okay? Everybody is in this world because you belong here, okay? And you are loving, and you are kind, and you're a badass with a great ass, Okay, slay the day, baby. Kick in there and don't settle for less. But sometimes on our bad days, we don't feel like that, like bad mama jamma. We don't. We feel like we're frauds or we're not good enough or we're, a sham or we're not human enough or whatever. And it can be really funky in your mind. So make sure that you work and talk it out, okay? Now, doing that turning inward is being able to understand where the stress is coming from, where the overwhelming is coming from, and how to deal with it, you know what I mean? In a healthy way. Now, let's see why you guys got the 4 of diamonds, baby. Okay, universe, why are they having the 4 of hearts for April, May, and June? Why is there empathy for these 3 months? What's going on in Aries world? Moving on and getting into a better place mentally. So you guys are dealing with a mental. Okay. Like I said, baby, it's okay. It is okay to have a bad mental day, all right? I have them, we all do. But talking to somebody about it, like friends or family, or walking outside or charging in the sun, like sunbathing or whatever, or just kind of writing it down, like finding different ways to express yourself is nice. I used to do poetry when I was younger. And when I was younger, I used to fight, right? So like martial arts and learning different techniques and things. Failure to communicate and miscommunication and misunderstanding. Always get the 2 of spades and the 3 of spades. Okay, so clearly there's going to be some people on your block list. Daydreaming and wishful thinking. Y'all about to get an earful. Your outcome is daydreaming and wishful thinking. Aries. Aries, baby. All right, let's go. So here's the thing. When it comes to your mental well-being, okay, because as somebody who has depression and anxiety and glaucoma, I kind of get how our emotional and mental can be really, like it ties hand in hand, right? But it can be super overwhelming and incredibly draining. So, you guys are shutting down because you're not dealing with things that you need to work on. I'm happy to say that you guys are learning to move past it though, okay? April, May, and June is going to be really focusing and pushing you into getting a better state of mind. That means some people do not deserve you, Aries. Some people do not deserve your time. And these people who have taken your time and made you feel drained and have wronged you, and if you turn the other cheek and you're like, you know what? They're family. They've been my friend since kindergarten. They're my partner. I mean, it's not that bad. I can handle it. I don't want them to see me weak. If I give up now, then I'm not good enough. Okay. Well, first off, letting go of toxic people, right? You're more than good enough. If you're not going to go over there and put up with their nastiness and their abuse, you are more than fine, honey. All right? That being said, some people, again, not worth your time. If they gonna make you feel small for them to feel tall, they're not worth it at all. If I have to walk on eggshells, I have to be so careful what I say to you because everything I say is wrong. I am not smart. I am dumb. I am pathetic, right? They're always nagging and putting you down verbally. They're always trying to pick a fight with you physically. They're assaulting you mentally. And people are like, oh, well, that's just how a relationship is. They're your family. Blood is thicker than water. Here's the thing. All right. I have kicked people out of my family. I have. There is people that used to be my family. I haven't talked to them in about 20 years. Really, 20 years I haven't talked to them. Dare I say some of them like 15. Listen, I have people who are my family who are not my blood relation. Blood is not always thicker than water, and water is sometimes thicker than blood, all right? Your family is not by who you were born with. Your family is somebody, right, that raises you, lifts you, teaches you, loves you. When you mess up, they will be happy to correct you, but they always give you love and respect and kindness. They always check up on you and genuinely want you to be all right. So why are we wasting our time with people who are not worth our time, worth our space, worth our energy? Don't feel guilty for kicking people out of the way, bro. When you're healing yourself, especially mentally or any other form, you got to forgive yourself and start loving yourself a little bit more. You got to be like, you know what? I love myself enough to walk away. I am not weak. I am not pathetic. I am not insecure. I am not dumb when I look at somebody and they're disrespecting me and they refuse to change. Peace, love, and deuces, bro. Do not let the door hit you where the good universe put you, because it's not going to be here. Hit the road, bro. Don't come back. We don't want you. You've been voted off the island, so forth and so on. And the second step for healing, right? So you forgive yourself, you start loving yourself. You let go of the situation. Things that are not working for you, let it go. You'll find something bigger and better, I promise you, baby. Some things had their time, but now the time is past. So you need to have new things on your way, okay? Learn your triggers. Sometimes we build up habits, right? Like trigger responses like fawn, always trying to please somebody. Flight, when things get hard, we run to the next thing and run to the next thing and run to the next thing. Listen, you're not going to be, if you don't deal with the problem at hand and understand where it's coming from, you are doomed to repeat the pattern over and over and over again. And believe and receive, baby. It is so stressful, okay? It really is. Okay. Anyways, right? Your fourth one will be blocking people. At first, you're not going to like blocking people, but once you block a few people, you're going to love it. Delete, block, no communication, all right? Which comes to miscommunication. I always want to say failure to communicate and failure to understand, and it is the same thing, but that's not what it's written as. So miscommunication, misunderstanding, right? If you're not going to choose to understand me, then you're not for me. Bye. Peace. I don't care how mean I sound. Don't be wishfully thinking and hoping for things to get better, okay? Some people are not going to give us the apology that we deserve. Some people are never going to admit that they done wrong. So block those people. You will feel so much more happier, Aries, and so much more peace. 5 and 6. 5, you're starting to learn yourself, and 6, you're starting to love yourself and embrace yourself, okay? The 4, 5, and 6 steps of healing is the most fun. All right, it is fun, it is amazing, it is invigorating, it is enlightening, and it is empowering to every queen, king, and royal in between. Embrace it. Heal, baby. So that way you don't have to hurt anybody and nobody can hurt you, because you know your worth. Remember who you are, baby. You are Aries. You are the beginning of the zodiac sign. We start off hot, passionate, driven, energized, in control, right? Confident. Don't go over there and let these people make you feel this type of way, girl, please. The heavens ever did speak, I swear. Yeah, but you're going to be dealing with your empathy. You're going to start getting better mental health, all right? That's what you're going to be focusing on for April, May, and June. Now, that being said, let's tackle July, August, and September, shall we? Heaven to bed, sis. Let me mix these cards up. Let me get my cards situated. All right. So, spiritual growth again. For July, August, and September, it's lost in despair. What's going to help you out with this loss and despair is your spiritual growth, okay? Because you're doing spiritual growth, you're going to lose some things. You may feel a little bit lost. You may feel a little bit sad because of it. But understand, certain things are not meant for you guys to have anymore, okay? What is the solution for this loss and despair, girl? Organization and moving quickly. Yeah. So you're dealing with your spiritual growth, which is going to help you let go of things that are not meant for you. You are going to feel a bit sad about certain things that you have to let go, but understand it's for the better, okay? You can't have the old things if the old things are not working for you anymore. Organization and moving quickly is going to be your solution. Get yourself organized and neat. You plan it out, act on it. You thought it through, act on it. Don't go over there and be like, okay, I want to skydive, so I'm going to go on a plane. I'm going to buckle up. I don't know where the stringy thing is, but I'm sure I'll figure it out when I jump out of the plane, right? Know what you're getting into before you commit, baby. You know what I mean. All right. So that's what I mean by organization and moving quickly. You're going to learn through spiritual growth. What's working for me? Okay. What are things that I'm running from that I'm not accepting and dealing with? And how can I do better? Okay. That is also spiritual work. Remember, your shadow self is not the enemy. It's understanding the things that you run from, hide from, the things that you're ashamed of in yourself. And you're like, okay, I don't like this about myself. Why do I have this part of me? And then you understand where it's coming from, and then you nip that in the bud, work on that issue, heal, and thrive and grow. You're able to get a lot of things, baby. Like, you're going to be getting these new projects, new jobs, and new things. But you gotta let go. Like Spider-Man. I know somebody out there gonna hear this and be like, what does Spider-Man have to do with this? Hear me out, baby. Hear me out. Okay, honey? Spider-Man, no matter how much times he gets knocked down, he always gets back up. Okay? And like Spider-Man, we have to get back up. All right? Now, when Spider-Man messes up, at least the ones that I've watched, okay, I don't know. It's been a while since I've read the comic books and all that. So don't come after me. You know, be easy and be sweet. He always tries his best to be the best version of himself, okay? He always tries to live to be the best than he was yesterday. And no matter what life throws at him, he gets back up. And he tries, you know what I mean? So even though you get knocked down, try. If things are not working for you, let go. Miles Morales had to take a leap of faith for him to jump up and really embrace his gifts, right? So like that, you have to take a leap of faith, baby. Let go of the old and start working on the new. Now, what's the outcome? Girl, got a lot of outcomes. What's the outcome for July, August, and September for Aries? Ha ha. Nightmare, worry, problem, and guilt. For y'all go over there, what is that? It sounds horrible. Some of y'all really don't be saying that. I know that, you know. I know some of y'all look at this and be like, this woman is crazy. She's reading playing cards, and I'm like, okay, I may be crazy. But aren't you crazy for watching me? You know, read these cards for you? Who's really the crazy person? The plot twist, I know. She's right. I like being silly, guys. You guys are gonna I think you guys will get used to that a lot. I give you guys the same energy I do for Instagram and TikTok and the rest of them. I'm a very silly, very sincere, quirky person. So, nightmare, worry, problem, and guilt, right? This is what you won't get if you don't work on yourself. Y'all gonna come after me, the plot. The plot got thick, girl. So sit down, have your cup of tea, because we're about to pour it. For July, August, and September, you have loss and despair, right? This is what you're dealing with. This is the main theme. For July through September, you are going to be working on letting go of nasty things, Aries, okay? Spiritual growth requires you to look at yourself in a deeper way and understand what you like about yourself and continue to nurture that, and what you don't like about yourself and to face that. I didn't like that I was an angry person. I bring this up a lot. Y'all do not know. I used to be a villain, okay? Like an absolute angry, pissed off, wrathful, vengeance kind of woman. And I got tired of it. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being angry and I don't know why, but something needs to change. So, when I did start doing spiritual growth, right, and working on myself, mind you guys, it's been now, I guess, like 6 or so years of doing this. So I'm still always constantly achieving and learning and adapting and evolving, right? I was understanding that the anger came from fear and sadness. And sadness and fear came from abuse and hurt. And abuse and hurt came from pain and neglect. And because it came from that center point, it evolved and manifested into something nasty. Until I learned how to work on that anger, I wasn't going to stop being an angry person. And until I learned how to heal myself and start loving myself and giving myself the things that I need, right, it wasn't going to go anywhere. You got to do the inner work. Let go of the job or the people or the things that are not working for you anymore. You've been praying for a new life. Well, baby, to get to a new life, you got to have new things. And new things requires you to let go of the old. So if you don't work on yourself, nightmare, worry, problem, and guilt is going to happen. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be exhausted. It's going to cause you to be frustrated, which is going to cause you to feel guilty because you're not taking care of yourself and you're not doing enough and you're not pushing yourself the way that you should. And girl, who has time for all this madness? Do the work. Heal yourself. If you have done the planning, you thought it out, act on it. Don't be waiting, watching, wondering, oh, maybe this time, maybe I can do it next time. No. Yes or no, stay or go, baby. Yes or no, stay or go. You got this. You have more than enough courage and energy. You can do whatever you put your mind to, okay? You got this, boo-boo. Now, let's go into October, November, and December. So this is what I was talking about, the new stuff coming, right? But in order to get this new stuff, you got to let go of the old. I know, it's such a pain. Oh, girl, no, I messed myself up. Oh, let us see. Hold on. The 9 of Spades is out. And heaven to bed. Let's see. Let's see. Spiritual growth, so 9. Sorry. Okay. Because, yeah. And 9 of Spades. Sometimes I can remember the cards I pull out. I know that I just pulled out this one, but like, my mind is not my own sometimes, y'all. It's a bit funky. Okay. Sorry. This goes here. This goes there. And I'm so sorry. I have to make sure that I check these things. Heavens to bed, seas. You had spiritual growth, and then you had the 8 of clovers. Okay, I got them all. Sorry, guys. Sorry again. I tell y'all not to be sorry, but I say sorry a lot. I don't mean to, but like, I try to be super polite, so sometimes I use it like it's a polite way, right? But I also mean like, my bad for wasting y'all's time, waiting for me to get all these cards situated and whatnot. You know what I mean? But if I don't do it now, then I'll end up messing myself up later. So, new projects, new job, new things, all right, is for October, November, and December. Um, Letting go of the old stuff, getting yourself organized has been your main thing, as well as spiritual growth, guys. So, what's the cause of this? Unreliability and taking risk, all right? It's gotten interesting. Joy in company, friendship, and celebration. Okay. Outcome. New insight and realization. So let's get into it. So the reason why you guys are having new projects, new home, new job, new stuff, right? Is because of unreliability and taking risk. I feel like you guys are going to stop being reliable to those who are not reliable to you, right? Because with your spiritual growth in hand, and y'all, I want you guys to understand, your spiritual growth card, like that 9 of Hearts, popped up like 5 times. Don't be coming over here to me being like, spiritual growth, my ass. He ain't doing that. That's some hippy dippy baloney. Listen, that hippy dippy baloney told me to tell y'all it popped up 5 times. It popped up for your job. It popped up for your finance. It popped up for your love. It popped up for, you know, July, August, and September. It popped up for spiritual. I believe it popped up for friends. Okay. And that's like 5 or 6 times that spiritual growth has come up, as well as not to mention organization or anything to tie into organization, being clever, being able to think things through. Do not jump on the bandwagon, as well as unreliability and taking risk. So if anything in this reading, guys, take forth that. Work on your spiritual growth for this year. Make sure that you get yourself steady. Don't go around rushing into things without knowing what you're getting into. Baby, no, don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't do it. Now, unreliability and taking risks. You're going to be unreliable to those who are not reliable to you. Those people who have been sucking you dry, making you feel tired, anxious, nervous, whatever it may be. Bye. Peace. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord puts you, bro. You not on this team. Do not sit at my table. You do not eat with the queens, kings, and royals in betweens. You can go over there on another table and eat your meal, but you are not going to be dining with the divine. It sounds really mean and it sounds sassy, but you know, it is what it is. Because if you're taking unnecessary risk and jumping into things that you're not getting, like you don't know, you're going against moving on, getting into a better place, spiritual growth, organization, okay? You need to be able to think before you do. If you want to try something new, great. Look it up. I want to travel the world. Look up each country, okay? Uganda is not like the U.S., and U.S. is not like Uganda. Uganda and the U.S. is not like China. It's not like Japan. It's not like, Korea or the Philippines. The Philippines and the States and Africa is not the same as Europe, which is not the same as Spain, which is not the same as South America, right? Every country has its own things. Some things are allowed. Some things are not allowed. Some mannerisms are applauded. Some of them are not applauded. Okay? So do your research before you just jump into the bandwagon of excitement and a new venture. Know what you're getting into. Be prepared for the unprepared and unexpected, because believe and receive, they pop out. Now, that being said, joy in company, friendship, and celebration. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, baby. Surround yourself that people that go over there. Come on, Aries, you can do it. Oh man, that's what happened to you. I'm so proud. Look at you working on yourself and all that. Hey, bro, I am absolutely happy for you. Yeah, I've been having this kind of problem, but I'm getting better with it. Thanks for lifting me up, man. I appreciate your support. Stick with those people. Even if it's not a lot of people, stick with them. Those people are your people. When your spirit and your body is just like, and it's relaxed and it's calm and you're happy to see them. You don't know why you're happy, but you're like, oh my God, it's my people. Like, okay. Stick with them. Stick with those people. The people that make you feel like you don't want to be with them anymore and they just dragging you down. Why? We got one life, baby. Why are we going to go over there and wreck our life for this nonsense and this madness and pajigiments? Come on now. Nah, we're not about to do that. Friendship can be genuine and it can be real, but stick with the realist. Don't be sticking with these fools. New insight and realization is going to help you guys a lot, and this is what you guys are going to achieve. You're going to see things for what they are, people for who they are, situations for what it is. And you choose whether you're going to be able to work through that or change the script and do your own thing, all right? All in all, that is kind of like your summary for October, November, and December, right? The last 3 months of this year. Let's tackle your biggest obstacles. Now, with your biggest obstacles, I'm not even going to pull cards, okay? Your biggest obstacle and like thing that's going to try to block you is y'all's ability to have lots of burdens, responsibility, and debt. Remember what I said throughout this whole thing, baby. You're going to have to ask for help. When things are too hard, when it is too much, when you can't take it anymore, ask for help. Teamwork is your main theme. This is your theme for 2025. Teamwork makes the dream work, okay? And how to help you with this, you're going to have to be wise, patient, and diplomatic. That means you're going to have to be able to think outside the box. That's right, pox is a thing. We think outside the boxes, guys. Psst, duh, right? Anyways, thinking outside the box, being creative. Remember, one problem doesn't only have one solution. It can have a multitude of solutions. One solution can solve many problems. Think that way, you can overcome a lot of stuff that are going to try to block you, okay? But to deal with your overwhelming burdens, responsibility, and debt, be smart about it. Be patient. Look at it and be like, look, I need help in this project, and you are going to help me because we both want the same thing. And if we work together, it'll make it a lot more easier, okay? You're going to have to be very smart about how you go about things and how you talk to people. Everybody reacts to different things in different ways. Some people cannot take criticism. Some people are very sensitive. Some people don't know how to communicate, and when you talk to them, it's like talking to a wall. You know what I mean? It's like talking to a brick wall, and you just wonder, why, God, why? You know, like, why, bro? What is up with this? What kind of madness is this? Okay? Girl. Work together with people to get your goals done. Be wise and smart about how you go about it. Sometimes you have to combine your idea and somebody else's ideas, compromise, okay? Meet in the middle or agree to disagree. Stand for what you believe and have healthy boundaries, and you'll be just fine. Now, that concludes y'all's 2025 year reading. Later on today or tomorrow morning, right? Because it'll probably be late at night when I do Leo and Sagittarius. So I'll be doing the rest of the fire signs, and then tomorrow again we'll be doing earth, air, and water throughout the week. All right? So stay safe, guys. Make sure that you focus on your spiritual growth, organization, asking people for help when you need it. You are a queen, king, and royal in between, and you can slay the day, be happy, and be gay. All right? Peace out, guys.